What's up, you guys? Venture Warrior here, doing another figure review slash unboxing. Of course, I can't show you the the label, but yes, this time on. You see, I got it from eBay. Good old eBay, save the day as usual. I got this item from eBay. If you see the thumbnail of the video, then as always, you probably know who we're looking at, or you know what the theme of this review is going to be. This is something that I wasn't anticipating on getting. I discovered it randomly and has a pretty funny backstory of how I was able to obtain this figure. Um, but yeah, without further ado, let's get him open. Hopefully, my mic will still work. With hopefully, it will work like this. Um, yeah. So here we are. Trying to think. Yeah, so like I said, this item, I've kind of had this before. It's the same mold, but slash same character, but it's a different representation of the character. Um, and yeah, this I'm excited. I was looking forward to getting this, so very grateful. The person who sold it to me shipped it on the same day, so always grateful for that. Um, oh, dope. You know, okay, in a bag. I swear, if this is a Target, this is hilarious. This is in a Target bag, and this item was a Target exclusive. That is crazy. And my next review is something I also got from Target. I'm not sure if it was a Target exclusive. It may have been. I'm not sure. But the other item you'll see when we do that video. Um, here's their axe. Okay, so we are looking at, yes, dope. Masters of the Universe Origins collection. Movie Ram Man. So this guy's from the new uh, He-Man movie, Masters of the Universe. Um, hang on. So yeah, you see this guy is brand new. So yes, cool. Got his axe, dope. So I've mentioned before that I'm a casual He-Man fan. I grew up with, I think, the early 2000s adaptation. I had He-Man and Skeletor and Battle Cat and Skeletor's companion Panther. I had the little McDonald versions. Um, if I can cut this without, yeah, well, hang on. Yeah, so, excuse me. I said I had the original, well, not original, I had those early 2000 figures. I had Battle Cat for the longest time in my collection. He wasn't complete anymore, but he was still really cool. Um, so yeah, so probably my favorite character outside of He-Man is Ram Man. Really like his character. I think he's really cool. Like his ability. I even like the original toy. I like there's a couple other versions. I did a review on the Origins figure, which is basically this figure, but it was a modern version of the old '80s Ram Man toy. Um, and I liked them, but I had them for a while, and I was like, yeah, like And I, threw them with another order I had done. Um, so yeah, but after seeing this version, I was like, oh wow, I really like the way this one looks more than the other version. The only downside was this guy was in a two-pack with Mossman, which was a cool looking figure, but I didn't really have any attachment to him. And like I said, these guys were only Target exclusives. There were pre-orders for them. All the pre-orders sold out. I didn't know about these figures until, randomly, like a couple days before they were posted. The orders were supposed to meet their street date before these were released. So I found out about it too late. And luckily, there was someone on eBay who was selling this set, and they ended up selling them individually, which I'm grateful for. So I had to pay a little bit of an arm and a leg for them, as usual, but it was worth it. It was worth it. I wanted to get them. I'm sure they probably listings for these guys would have showed up at some point. But I wanted to get them now. So, um, Yeah, he's cool. Um, again, I just like the way he looks. I really like the movie figure, the movie design. I like, they made the movie more diverse. I think he's like Asian. His actor's Asian, of Asian descent, so the character's Asian, which I think is a good look. He has a little mustache and little goatee, sort of. Um, I like the fingerless gloves, the green legs, the boots, nice detail on the boots. This is just basic. Some you can hold to the bottom, so you can put them in a little stand on a little stand if you wanted to. And it comes with his weapon. So the original Origins figure came with two axes, one interchangeable hand that was a fist, and he came with an alternate head. This one doesn't come with any of that. Yeah, you're kind of getting less, but it came in a two pack with a brand new figure. I mean, Mossman, the movie version of Mossman. So you know, it is what it is. I'm not bothered by it. It's like, you know. But he's cool. I like the metallic kind of blue wash that he has on his armor. Um, yeah, this is glued on here. I'm pretty sure the head is removable because the origin figures were all had interchangeable pieces. So the wrist, so I believe the hands are removable. I just checked the arms. You can pop the arms out, and you can mix match these characters, which is very interesting that you can do that. Mattel would do that. Um, like I said, due to the armor piece, I mean, technically the head could go 360. It's on a ball joint, but these pieces hinder it, so it really only moves a little bit. But he's a very gimmicky toy. This toy is kind of intended to be played with. Of course, he can be a display piece, obviously, but it's kind of intended to be played with. Um, so he has good motion in his arms. You know, can go three arms can go 360. You got the elbow joint. Of course, the wrist and stuff. Wrist can move. So he has great posability in his arms. Um, I dig him. Like I said, I like the simplicity of this guy. I think he's really, really charming. I just like this look, this design more than the old figure. The other Origins one, there was like a cartoon version, which I do like, but he doesn't have his gimmick. And there's a whole bunch of other versions of Ram Man. Only a handful of them have his gimmick, human battering ram. Um, that's another cool selling point about this figure that I really, really like. He has his original gimmick that the original '80s toy had, and the previous Origins figure also can do this. So, as you see, you push down his legs, you hear the click. Um, now he looks like a dwarf, like from Middle Earth or something, World of Warcraft, or Dungeons and Dragons. You see underneath them where the gimmick, the spring and stuff, and then you click down again, and then yeah, he he's supposed to launch. Um, we can do it again. So it's there. It exists. You can have fun with it. Um, and of course, he does have joints in his legs. Very basic, and I mean, yeah, you can kind of rotate the legs a little bit. I mean, you know, you can make it work, but it is what it is. Um, so yeah, and like I said, I could always. I mean, he is a human character, so I can always use more humans. Lately I've been getting nothing but Transformers. Still slowly trying to build my small soldier collection. I look at small soldier listings almost every day, trying to find those characters for a good deal. So it's good to kind of break it up and buy a character who's not a robot, who's not a transformer. But of course, Transformers, so many good figures to pick up. As far as size comparison, because I've been having her out on display. Gave her this little custom cape. Here he is with Um, Stellara, I mean, they look good together. They're both characters from the 80s, where she's taller than him, and he is with the gimmick. So cool. Might pose them together, display them together. Um, and that's really it. Honestly, I mean, he's very charming. Um, oh, I forgot. There's probably can't see it, but he has like the wrinkles on his hands, and his nails are sculpted. So, like I said, he's really charming. He's basic, but he's charming. Oh, I guess the one little detail I will say, the face doesn't look centered. Like it looks like the mask is like this sort of. It's kind of hard to explain. But his face doesn't look super centered in the mask. I mean, with the helmet. Um, the other Origins toy also had that defect, so I don't know if that was, I don't know. I don't know why that happened. But you see, they made the same mistake with this figure, face in the center. So that's really my only gripe with them. But outside of that, he's good. He's a good representation. There are more. Uh, these are kind of more cartoony, but the more realistic figures, which are traditional 1/12 scale, he did get a 2-pack with Fisto. Those two look really, really good. I was like, those actually look really, really good, but I might get that down the line maybe, but I'm content with this guy. I just wanted this one. Like I might get some more He-Man. There was some other characters I like to get, like Fisto I really like, and He-Man, and there's a couple other characters I wouldn't mind getting. But no, I just wanted Man. I just wanted him. He looks like a little Asian Juggernaut, which is interesting. I wonder who came first, Ram Man or Juggernaut. It's just kind of interesting. They have a very similar design. Off topic, real quick. There was a show. I mentioned this in my last video. There was a short-lived Fox TV show called Son of Zorn. Check it out if you're interested. There was an episode where the main character Zorn, who was like a parody of He-Man, Thundar the Barbarian, his best friend came to visit him. The best friend's name was Headbutt Man, which obviously was a nod to Ram Man. Um, it was a funny episode. It was a funny episode. So I don't know. I just think it's kind of humorous. But like I said, if you want them, go for it. Like rather go the route I did, buy them individually through eBay. Maybe you're one of the lucky people who pre-ordered them before the pre-order sold out. Or like I said, there's other versions. There's the more movie accurate version. There's, like I said, the original Origins version. There's the cartoon adaptation. So many versions of him at this point. Um, but yeah, like I said, that's it for this review. I have another figure review, a pretty cool one next. So stay tuned for that. As always, like, comment, share, follow, or subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Peace, you guys.